going to make a planter. And the secret of a planter is you're going to open not once, but twice. Once for the center and once for the tray. So as usual, going to start with a nice round ball of clay, no more than that. Okay, we don't need a huge planter. When the clay is soft, you're going to throw a little smaller than when the clay is stiff, and it's a little soft, okay? So again, we're going to start by coming in with our left hand, raised on our left knee, until the clay starts to come up. And then we're going to press down with our right hand with equal pressure. Really lean into that clay. I'm going to squeeze some water from my sponge, and it pretty much comes to center. This will take you some time perhaps, but it's the same idea. We're going to cone. I'm going to push with this hand and pull with the right and cone up. If it gets this little dent in the center, push down. Okay. At this point in your clay career, you should be intuitively holding your hands in such a way that you're responding to the pressure and movement of the clay. Right. And you should be able to know how to move your hands to get the clay to do what you want it to do. But again, it's very essential you're bracing yourself on your body, using your core strength and sense of balance, just like most sports. Okay, so you're going to start with your clay center. This is a planter, so we want a fairly wide base in here. We're going to open here, and then we're going to open there. Okay, so I start by making that dent, put a little water in it, I'm going to go open, pull towards me, and compress. It's really important that when you do this work, you're kind of talking to yourself. You coach yourself through it. Tell yourself, oh, now I'm compressing the base. Now I'm pushing this down. I'm opening it up a little bit. Know what you're doing. Don't leave it too wet in the center because that'll make it gritty. Just FYI, okay? I'm going to squish this down a little bit, compressing it so it looks like this big donut. Okay? Now, in a planter, after I've opened it, I want to make the tray. Making the tray is easy. I just put this, my left hand here, and just poke that finger in. Go a little slower. And that's just, this is the second part of opening. I'm going to open this part twice. You can, use whatever finger feels best for you. Just kind of poke it in. Adjust the speed so it's comfortable. And there's the beginning of your tray. All right. See, that's actually not very hard. You can change your fingers around, whatever feels comfortable for you, as long as you're not digging your nails in the clay. Okay, now all I've got to do is pull this up. So I grab it with my fingertip to fingertip. Make sure my hands are locked. Don't go like this. Don't squish the wall. It's not really very effective. Okay, so I just pull straight up. Get that clay to come right up. And then let go when you get to the top. Compress. Okay, this part here is essential that you don't get it too thick, that you do get it thin enough because I'm going to have to cut a hole there. Also, this part should be higher than this part because you want the water to drain out so you don't drown your plant. I'm just using my fingers sort of intuitively to form this lower and this so it's a nice plate. Also want to make sure this part here is not too thin because if I do it too thin it'll crack. So you're probably making a little bigger base than you would on some of your projects. Okay, so again, I'm making sure it's nice and thin there, and I'm pulling that clay up sort of to its maximum potential. Don't make it too thin on the top because when I turn this upside down to foot, there's a lot of weight on the bottom. Okay, so I'm compressing the lip. I don't actually have to pin it, so I'm not going to compress this lip. A little bit uneven, but I think we'll let it be okay. Kind of take it off with my fingers. You can change the shape quite a bit. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Just make sure this is a little lower. See where my two hands are, I can feel that this is lower, so I don't kill my plant. Okay, now all I want to do is clean up this. I can do it with my finger, I can do it with the stick tool or the number 7 tool. I'm going to just try the number 7 tool here and slow down. Whoops, the stick tool, I mean. going to scrape a little bit of it off at a time, so there's a nice undercut. The more, if you undercut it a little bit, it'll be easier to foot, and also if I undercut it just a little bit more, it'll be easier to drag that thin string tool underneath. Okay, so that's about it. You see where I dragged a little bit extra there, so the string tool can go in. Okay.